All right, check it out guys. I have two different Dremel tools to show you guys today. The first one is the Dremel Lite. This is a cordless battery powered rotary tool. And the second one is the Dremel 32-inch Flex Shaft. But I've had this Dremel tool right here for a long time. And actually one of the very first tools ever given to me, a power tool, was a Dremel. And that's something, as a young boy, it's kind of a cool way to really get into doing some woodworking and some carving and some fine motor skill things and making sawdust and sparks and stuff like that. So I think if you're looking to give a gift to somebody that's into woodworking, crafting, DIY type stuff, this is something that's really cool because there are so many different accessories you can get for it and expand your skills. So first, let's take a look at the Dremel Lite right here. This is the box. This is what it looks like right here. And right there is the micro USB port, and this comes with a cable and a USB adapter. So this is something really handy if you're on the go somewhere and you need to charge it. You can usually find a USB somewhere. And this comes with 10 different accessories. They come in this little package right here. You can do some carving, some grinding, some polishing, cleaning. Pretty cool things. Has a wrench and stuff too. If you go to Home Depot, you'll see like a whole wall that's full of different accessories. It's pretty cool. Okay, so here's a look at the Dremel Lite, and yes, it is very light. It's only 1.15 pounds, 7.5 inches long. It has a brushed motor, and there's a variable speed. There's 4 different speeds right here. So it goes from 8,000 to 25,000 RPMs. So there's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so let me just show you how easy this is to make a change without the tool wrench. So there's a little lock button right there, and you can see how that rotates. If you push it and hold it down, that will lock in place. So I'm gonna just switch hands right here. So it's locked in place. So then what you do is you unscrew this nose cone, and then once it's all the way loose, if you start to pull it out, and then you'll see there's a groove right there where it'll lock in place to loosen this collar right here. So once that collar is loosened, you can take this accessory out. Then if I want to switch over to a wood carving bit, this is really small, then you can twist it as you're holding the lock button down and tighten it. And then tighten that back down over the threads right there. And then that is nice and secure. And we can do some wood carving. Then when you go to charge it, there's a little flap in the back right there. And this comes with the USB, the micro USB. The other end, you could just plug it into a USB, either in the adapter that it comes with, or depending where you're at, a lot of times you can find a USB somewhere. I tend to always have a USB in my vehicle. So this is really straightforward. I have a question for you. What Dremel accessory do you use the most? Please put your comment down below. I've been collecting Dremel accessories for a long time, and this was something that I've had probably since I was a teenager. This was a cigar box right here that you can just see I've collected a lot of different accessories. The one comment that I had seen on the Home Depot website, someone said they would like to see a storage bag for this. So you have the Dremel Lite, and you have this case right here, but it would be nice to have a little bag right there to store it in. And then maybe in the bag, another place for the extra bits, so you don't need a cigar box. But you know, this is resourceful too. I haven't, it's kind of funny, in all those years I haven't upgraded from this. This is still like that thing that I noticed on the shelf, and when I need some Dremel bits, this is it. So what I'm gonna do is try this little carving 106 accessory, and I drew a little star on here. Show you that star. So I may end up using these 1-bys right here, making a American flag. And I don't have the stencil for it, but I just kind of with a ruler drew that star right there. So what I want to do is kind of make this all one color, so then when I carve it, you'll have that contrast. So the only way I could think of to do this really quick, if I put paint down, then I'll have to wait for it to dry. I want to record this video tonight. So I'm gonna grab my torch and then char this a little bit. Hopefully I can see that line through the char just enough, so let's give that a shot. All right, so we're gonna zoom in here in just a second. I haven't ever carved out a star before, so I'm not sure how that's going to work. I do want to make an American flag at some point. I've seen some other people make them and post them on Instagram, and I think they really look awesome. So that might be something you'll see on my channel at some point. All right, can you see that star right there? So if I want to make a flag, I can buy a stencil kit. Right now, this is just kind of a freehand one, so it's not a real perfect star, but just something that I was able to quickly do that looks somewhat symmetrical. Somewhat like a pencil, I'm gonna just try to draw this line right here. Okay. Okay, so there you kind of get the point. It's not too bad, I guess. Looks like a star, I'd say at least, right? This right here is an accessory that I've used quite a bit. It's a cutoff wheel. It's just really handy for some small, fine detail stuff. And I tried hooking it up to this right here just to see what it would do. So just for kicks, we'll just see how long it takes to cut this drywall screw in half using the cutoff wheel. All right, ready? So I just want to show you how long it takes to cut a drywall screw. I gotta say, I remember as a young man getting this, it was just fun seeing the sparks fly. So my question to you, if you have the Dremel Lite or if you're looking at getting one, what type of projects would you use this on? Please let me know. All right, so now let's check out the next Dremel accessory, the Flex Shaft attachment. I've heard someone say in the comments, once you get this, you'll never go back. So yeah, as I'm holding this right here, you definitely can feel the vibration in it. And the nice thing with the Flex Shaft is it just gives you a little bit more control, gets into harder to reach places, and then it has less vibration. So it's something that's better for long-term use, but if you just want to quickly get in and do some grinding and some carving, whatever, this is going to be the better option for something that's quick and easy. So this is it right here. This is the Flex Shaft accessory. It's very easy to use. There's a lock button right there, so if you want to change out your different bit adapters, you can do that. And this accepts the shanks between 1/32 and 1/8 of an inch. So I'm going to put that same little carving bit, the 106, in here. So let's go ahead and lock it in place. I'm going to use this little wrench right here to tighten it down. And then this end right here will hook up to my other Dremel tool right here. We're going to put this in here all the way, tighten it down, get that wrench. Okay, push that in there, twist that tight. Now, I'm going to plug the Dremel in. And this is kind of an entry-level model right here, the 275. It's just on off, there's no variable speed. So one thing I noticed, this bike doesn't have a lot of power compared to some of them, but after I run this for a little bit, it does seem to speed up a little bit. All right, so let's try to clean this star up right here, make this a little deeper. This just definitely gives you a little more control. It gets tricky when you're going, you have some grain that you're dealing with. Okay. So you can see that grain pattern going along right there. It does take a little bit getting used to if you're going to make some stars. But I guess the cool thing, if you're making an American flag and seeing some stars that have a little bit of imperfection to it, then you know it's hand done. So it's not done on a CNC. So I have a quick little story that I want to share with you guys where this Dremel tool right here and this cutoff wheel ended up saving the day. I had an older vehicle, which I don't have anymore. It ended up retiring pretty much. That vehicle broke down about 10 miles away from my house. It overheated, so I called the tow truck company. That way I could try to fix it myself. And I found a leak where the heater hose was leaking from, and I looked at the part and I went to AutoZone, talked to them, I even watched some YouTube videos. The guy there was mentioning that I need to remove the old heater hose off of it, and this is the part that I ended up taking off. And he said, in order to take that off, it might be really difficult to get back in there with a screwdriver to pry it off. He said, I think they're like some kind of a lock fitting, so once they're locked down there, they don't come off. But he said, your best bet is if you have a Dremel to get a cutoff wheel and then cut off like part of that steel casing right there, enough where you can get a screwdriver in there and pry it. Well, eventually I was able to pop this off, remove the part, fix it myself. I was back on the road again later that day. So it just sometimes really feels good when you can fix something yourself. So these tools right here just might come in handy for something that you might not even think of. Question for you, have you used a Dremel for something that has really come through for you that maybe you didn't expect? Please put a comment down below, I'd like to hear. So I believe that these two items right here are pretty straightforward and I've covered everything. If I left something out, you have any questions, please let me know. And I will have a couple links down below to these items on the Home Depot website. And there you can find a lot of questions and answers. And Dremel, the company themselves, their team has gone through and answered pretty much every single question. So that's really a good way, especially like to find the compatibility of the flex shaft. And my goal of this video is to help you guys out. So if you're considering the purchase of these tools right here, I'm hoping that I put it through the test enough so you can see if they're right for you. If you find this video review interesting, helpful, and informative, please give it a thumbs up and help support my channel. That's it, friends. Thanks for watching. See you next time.